Otis culture, fashion and craft. Hello everyone, you're welcome to Otis Culture. In today's tutorial, I will be showing us on how to make a simple trending bubu style. It is very easy to make. I'll be making use of this fabric and I have 3 yards of material with me. I'll be folding the fabric into 4 because I'll be cutting the front and the back bodice together. My fabric has been neatly folded into 4. So from my center back, this is my center front and my center back because I'm cutting the front and the back bodice together. So from my center back to where I want my sleeve to be is 22 inches. So I'll mark 22 inches. I'll be making use of neck width of 4.5 inches. Neck depth for the back, I'll be making use of 1 inch. Neck depth for the front, I'll be making use of 7 inches. Then for the front, I want it to be V shape. I'll move over to my sleeve length. I'm going to measure 2 inches downward. I'm going to connect with a straight ruler from these 2 inches to the neck width for my shoulder slope. I want my sleeve opening to be 9 inches. So I'll mark 9 inches for my sleeve opening. This is 9 inches my sleeve opening. Shoulder to my hip line is 25 inches. My hip measurement is 50 inches. 50 inches divided by 4 is 12.5. I'll be adding extra 4 inches to my hip measurement, which will be 16.5. You can add extra 3 inches, you can add extra 5 inches. It depends on how bogus you want the bubu to be. So I'll be adding extra 4 inches to mine. Then I'm going to connect it into a straight line. From this my sleeve opening, I'm going to connect it with a cuff to meet this. The next thing is to cut it out. Before I cut out, I'm going to add half an inch to my shoulder measurement to join the front and the back bodice together. So the next thing is to cut it out. I'm cutting the back neckline first. The shoulder slope. Then I'll move to the lower part. I'll start cutting from the down parts. I'm going to notch this, my sleeve opening. Then I'll remove the back bodice. Next thing to do is to cut out the front neckline. This is the lower part of the dress. So the next thing to do, I'm going to measure about 12 inches upward. This is my 12 inches. Then for the width, I'm going to measure 3 inches. With my straight ruler, I'm going to connect it from the 3 inches to the 12 inches. Then I'm going to cut it out. This is how the front body looks like. So the next thing you would do, you are going to connect from this center front straight down. It's going to join with this. You will take your straight ruler and do that. The next thing you would do, you are going to measure 3 inches away from the neckline. Then you will measure what you have. I have 35 inches. This is for the drawstring casing. So what I did is that I measured 3 inches. The wideness is 3 inches and the length is 34 inches. The wideness is 3 inches, the length is 34 inches. So what you are going to do, you are going to mark the midpoint of this. The midpoint is going to be 1.5 inches. 3 inches divided by 2 is 1.5 inches. So I'm going to mark the midpoint of this. Then you will connect the dots together. This will serve as a guide for you to know where to sew. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take to my sewing machine. I'm going to fold the edge like this once. I'm going to sew it straight down. I'm going to fold this other edge once. I'm going to sew it straight down. I'll move to this side. I'm going to fold it once and sew it straight down. Then I'm going to sew this lower part. I'm going to fold it once and sew it straight down. I'm going to quickly do that and show us the next step to take. I've sewn it, as you can see. I folded it once, I sew it straight down. I folded this side once, I sew it straight down. I folded the lower part once, I sew it straight down. Then I folded this other side once, and then I sew it straight down. This is the positive side. This is the midpoint of it. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to place this from these 3 inches. I'm going to place it on it like this. I'm going to sew a straight stitch at the midpoint. I'm going to sew a straight stitch down. I'll quickly do that and show us the next step to take. I've sewn it, as you can see. So the next thing to do, you are going to need a long strip of 2 pieces for the rope. The measurement that I have is 1.5 inches by 60 inches. I have this into 2 places. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to fold at one edge. I'm going to fold 1/2 inch. At the other edge, I'm going to fold 1/2 inch. Then I'll close it together this way. This is how it's going to be. Then I'm going to sew it straight down. I'm going to do the same thing on this other piece as well. I'll quickly do that and show us the next step to take. I've sewn it, as you can see. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to fix it inside. I will open it. I will make sure that it goes inside properly. I'm going to do the same thing on this as well. Then I'm going to take to my sewing machine. I'm going to sew this way. Then I will sew across here. Then I'll continue to sew at the edge this way and stop here. I'm not going to sew across at the lower part. I'll quickly take to my sewing machine and sew it and show us the next step to take. I've sewn it, as you can see. This is the rope that we use to draw the string. So this is how the effect is going to look like. You will draw the string to your desired length. This is the back bodice. I've sewn the neckline with a bias strip. I've also done the same thing on the front bodice. I've sewn the neckline with bias, and I've also sewn the lower part with bias as well. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to join the front and the back bodice together, positive side facing each other. I'm going to sew it at the shoulder with half an inch. I'm going to sew this other side with half an inch. I'm going to use this to sew as a band to the edge of the sleeve. Then I'm going to join the side seam together and show us the final look. This is the final outcome of today's tutorial. As you can see, it is very easy to make. This is the back view. We've come to an end of today's tutorial. If you find my tutorial helpful, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you've not done so. I upload weekly tutorial on my channel. Also remember to click on the notification bell beside the subscribe button so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be notified. Until I come your way next, please stay safe and remain blessed. Bye.